Welcome to this week's Ask GMBN, where we're going to be jumping into your questions in a minute. But first, we've got to give you a public safety warning.
Yes, we've got our dads are up on the roof, fixing the roof because we had a storm.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of nailing, hammering, because we nearly lost the shed in the storm.
Yeah, so if you hear some banging, don't panic.
It's the dads.
Yes, the dad's on the roof.
Good old dads.
Right, let's jump into your questions. First one this week is from Josip Glosnovich, and he says, I have a Cube Analog 29.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. With 9-speed cassette.
Okay.
Can I replace it with 10-speed? And does it require a new chain since it's narrower?
Yes, I would say you need a new chain, and yes, you can do it, but I would recommend changing everything because you have to.
You've got to really. If you're going from 9-speed to 10-speed, you need to replace everything, and that is your derailleur,
your shifter,
your cassette, obviously, your shifter, your front chain ring, really, because you're putting on new chains and everything. You could get away with keeping the front chain ring.
It's expensive.
It needs to all change, but it can be done. I have done it where you just bodge it. You just change the cassette.
Yeah.
I did it on a bike once, where I had a different setup all of a sudden, didn't change the chain thickness. It did kind of work, but I just basically had a bike that worked.
Yeah, which is good.
But it wasn't a bike that was nice. So they're different
So
things.
you can do it, but we recommend changing.
Yeah, changed a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Phil Gordon says, I need to replace my 10-speed cassette and 2x chain rings due to wear.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm thinking of going for Shimano's 11-speed XT M8000.
Nice.
1142 cassette, keeping the 2x setup up front.
Okay.
What chain ring sizes would you recommend? Currently running a 22 to 36.
You're right.
It's pretty good, I quite like that. Very light at the front. Would you go for 24-34? 26-36 or 28-38, or just ditch it just ditch the 2x altogether? Oh, that's a big question.
Yeah, it's a big. What bike has he got?
He's on a Trek Remedy.
I would 100% go 1x.
I would go to 1x.
Yeah.
I would, but let's park that. We're going to go to 1x personally. But if we're going to keep 2 chain rings, what would you go for?
I would go for the 24-34. Well, actually, it depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Because if you live in a mountainous area, I like to just spin up those hills.
Yeah.
So I'll go for the 24-34.
Yeah, I would probably go the other way. The CS which shows it's personal preference, because I would go probably 28-38 because I don't want my mountain bike to feel like my trials bike. So I don't want like a 24 or a 22 down on that smaller ring.
I get it.
You know.
I get it.
So, but Blake's right. It does depend on what you're riding and where you're riding.
Marathon rider, if you've got power.
If you're a marathon rider, you don't want that 1x. But we're going 1x.
100%.
Okay, Christian Bedard is asking, I'm not the best bike rider at the moment.
Anyway.
What's that guy?
Oh,
and considering buying a hardtail to learn some better skills on.
Yes.
Yes. Should he buy a normal mountain bike hardtail?
Yep.
You know, your standard idea.
Yep.
Or a dirt jump bike specific.
Okay. Well, I am a dirt jumper, and I would say a dirt jumper. I'll get that, but that's only if you have some cool dirt jumps there, a nice skate park, you can shred the streets, mess about on it, and have another bike to go back to ride that for normal mountain biking.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if you don't have any of that, that bike is just going to collect dust.
Yeah, dirt jump bike does what it says on the tin. It does dirt jumps.
Yep.
Mountain bike, hardtail can do dirt jumps. And everything else.
You commute to it and go shred the forest,
enduro, downhill,
everything.
There's no limits.
Yeah.
Whereas dirt jump bikes are boring.
That's
just only kidding. Yeah, I'd go with a mountain bike hardtail myself.
Yeah, I would too as well.
And I'm gonna keep on that theme. I'm gonna throw you to 10 reasons to get on a hardtail. Check this out.
The reason to choose a hardtail is because they're cheap. They can make really good entry-level bikes, and compared to a full suspension bike, you get much better components for the same money.
Okay, next question coming in from Phil Willoughby, and this one is for you, Blake.
Oh, okay.
He says, why doesn't Blake and his mates use a whip cap or hollow bolt headset cap so they can have a front brake? Because you know you haven't always got a front brake on your bike.
Yes. Well, on my dirt jump bike, I don't really need one on that because it gets in the way. But for the viewers that don't know what this question is all about, so you got your top cap. You can actually run your front brake hose through your steerer. So you're gonna have to cut your top cap so the hose can go through the steerer and down, so when you spin the bars or your bike goes around, it doesn't get all tangled up. I have done before. I'm going to do it to my Enduro bike. Might do it to my nuke-proof Mega. Yeah. Because I want to do some bar spins on that nuke-proof Mega. Well, how to bar spin an Enduro bike would happen.
That would be cool. And that's what allows you to do all of those fancy tricks. But for anyone who's not doing bar spins or tail whips, most of us, do we need to do it?
No, you don't need to do it.
It doesn't really serve a purpose other than that.
Plus, when you put your bike upside down to take off your tyres, that hose gets crimped.
Okay, so it's got its downsides.
Yeah.
Okay, Harley Clem says, I just recently picked up a new bike. I now need some new riding gear. I love that problem. It's a great problem.
It's a good problem.
Oh, no.
Yeah. More money to spend.
What do you think is the best brand, and should it have to match my bike? Now, I put this question in because it's just so fun.
Now, that is a personal question.
Yeah, brand schmand. I think it's more about the system. Okay, right, you've got a new bike.
Yeah.
Would you match colours with bike? Oh,
don't know.
I would either match or really not match.
Yeah.
You know? So that's deliberate.
Yeah.
I want it to look deliberate.
Yeah, but there's a way of doing it. It's like colourful.
Colourful top.
All black down. So party up top, business down the bottom. You get it? So all black, or you could go all black stealth, super colourful bike with some cool shoes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
socks.
Yeah, I wouldn't go all stealth.
Could be the sock guy.
Yeah, you look like Neil out on the trail if you go all stealth.
Yeah, or you can get a crazy floral helmet.
Yeah, Neil wants to go so stealth. Sometimes you can't see him out there.
Yeah, no, he's scary.
He's like a weird changeling. He's like, is he in the woods? I don't know. I can't find him.
He's a ninja.
He's a ninja. Isn't
he is a ninja.
He's a ninja. I would go with a bit of colour up top.
I'll go colour up top.
Definitely go with a bit of colour down on the feet. Maybe the gloves too, but not the legs.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Personal preference.
But a lot of fun. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah, I love it.
About that. I'd like to know what you do go with. Let us know, Harley. Stephen Maccabee says, you are all the best.
Oh, no, you're the best.
Should we leave it there?
No, I was going to say, he's pretty cool.
He is great. He is good. Tyre question. Having some issues with my tyre rubbing my frame on the seat tube when he jumps.
Right.
My bike came with a 29 2.25. He now has 29 2.4.
So he's gone massive.
He's gone big.
So probably that's what the problem is.
Is there anything I can do to prevent it bottoming out and rubbing, or should I just get a new tyre with the old size? He had thought about Continental Trail Kings 2.2.
Well, funny enough, I got a 29er here. Look at this, and this is a 2.2.
It's a lot of rubber. It's a big
old rubber tyre. Yeah. So this sidewall can increase dramatically depending on what kind of tyre he's running, like that one there. So it's going to make that tyre profile quite big, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is going to give it a lot more, you know.
What's this, a Dekaiser?
It's a Dekaiser. Yeah. It's a downhill one, so it's quite big tyre. But
So when you change those sizes, obviously the casing itself, that size changes. So you've gone bigger, that's probably why it's rubbing.
Yeah.
If you go smaller, hopefully it'll
change.
Stop it. Yeah.
But you can adjust your, maybe look into your suspension. So re-look at your shock. Readjust your shock, set it up a little bit better, maybe give it a little bit more of a ramp up maybe near the end so you can stop it from travelling all the way through its travel. There's a lot of there's a lot of things to look into. Maybe take it to your local bike shop, maybe give them to look at it.
Let them have a look.
Or start looking at cracks and stuff in your frame.
Oh, come on.
Because I see, my friends did that and it was touching and I was like, look at it.
Give your bike a look. I reckon it's the tyre size.
Yeah, and I reckon it's shock setup. Check a look at all that.
Now, tyres can be a technical thing, right? One of the things that changes tyres' performance dramatically is tyre pressure.
Yes.
Right, now, on that point, have a look at this.
I would say the pressures really range from sort of mid-20s to the sort of low 30s, so up to about 32 PSI. Personally, I run 26 PSI in the front and 28 in the back, and I might go up a couple of PSI if the trails are particularly rocky, or down a couple of PSI if it's really muddy and I need a bit more grip. It's just going to let the tyre sort of mould to the floor a little bit better.
Tyre pressure is very important, isn't it?
Very important, very important. Right, next one from Mike Vidler, who says, love the channel, it's super informative and you guys are awesome.
Oh no, thank you very much. We're doing a good job then, aren't we?
Question is, I will be doing an 80-kilometre off-road ride in the Yukon.
Oh wow.
And we'll probably camp overnight.
Beautiful.
My bike is XC Giant Trance. Any advice for the adventure?
Take loads of spares.
Well, you can't take that many spares on an 80-kilometre ride.
I would take the essential spares that you need, the things that are going to break when you're out riding your bike.
Yeah.
If you clipped in cleats.
Now, someone
So
told me the other
out.
day, I was talking to Lee Craigie, who is an adventure rider,
Mm.
and I said to her, so, you know, where do you sleep? Because she's done like the Trans Divide and all sorts of things, rides for days and days, thousands of miles. Amazing, right? She's an amazing rider. I was like, where do you sleep? She was like, on the ground.
Where else? In a tree?
Well, yeah, but surely in a tent and stuff. She's like, huh?
On the ground.
She gets in like a really good sleeping bag.
Bivvy bag, yeah.
Yeah, and just lays on the floor and goes to sleep. She says it's amazing. So she really limits how much she's taking because she's riding so far. But as long as you've got like performance equipment, because the technology in this stuff is amazing, as long as you've got the performance equipment, you're probably going to be fine just sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
Who knew? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Actually,
No. So I'd
food.
and then a very good point.
Yeah.
Brought
Calories.
to us by Tom from the very top. Food that will be essential as well
Because you're going to be burning a lot of calories, so you got to keep up on top of that.
I
'Cause
like
you don't
how
want to
we
bump.
hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, right. We were talking about sleeping because it's a long way. We were like, we need to sleep.
You said 80 kilometres. I was like,
I'm going to sleep.
I can do that. Good luck, Mike. I hope it's
Good
a
luck.
great ride. Sounds
Stay
awesome.
safe. And in the Yukon. Wow. It could get cold there.
That's adventure, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Mountain bikes, amazing. Finn Coggin says, hi guys, love the show. I'm 14 years old and I live in Western Australia. I don't live close to any mountain bike trails. How could I progress my MTB skills without going to the trails? Well, I just simply don't believe in this idea of a place where there's no trails.
You can ride.
There's always something to ride, always, right? Because you're always on Earth. Right, you're never not there.
There's always some obstacle to ride.
If you're mountain biking,
yeah.
So, although some people say I'm sometimes off the planet, but that's a different conversation. I would say you can definitely do some street. We've been doing some things about street recently, and we're loving it. We're going to go do one this afternoon, actually. So you can definitely ride street. You can definitely turn that into mountain biking. You don't need a mountain.
You don't need a mountain.
You don't need a mountain. You just need to pedal and go and ride what you've got. Enjoy it. Use your imagination. Skate parks are great.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those if you're in a good town.
Yep.
If you're out in the sticks, then you could definitely build some jumps, build a little pump track. There's all sorts of things you can do. You've just got to use that imagination. Get stuck in. See pavements like trails. You know, just get stuck in. Drop off steps.
Yeah.
Find anything you can. It's all the same, man. It's all bike riding. So and then you know when the old school holidays come around, all that stuff. Say, come on, just go and find
a bike park or something.
Go and find the trails.
Exactly.
You know the ones with hills and that. You
Yeah.
know, I know the ones you mean that you're after. That'd be my advice.
Yeah, I see. I took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Okay, next question is from Craig Underwood, and he is asking about seat posts.
Oh.
He's 5'10". He's recently bought a Specialized pitch comp.
Oh, nice.
Nice little hardtail.
Nice.
It's in a size large. But he finds he can't get the seat down low enough to really get his weight back.
Okay.
So should he look at swapping out for a medium frame or just getting a shorter seat post?
No, well, you've bought the bike already, so I wouldn't bother swapping it out. It's going to cost you money, plus you've lost a little bit of value on that bike anyway. So I would think about cutting down that seat post. You don't have to buy another one.
No.
So mark it, so put it up to the optimum level that you find comfortable for pedaling. Put a little sketch in it so you know what size you're going to put it up to, and then slam it, and then just take off a little bit off the bottom of that seat post.
Yeah.
That potentially could drop it a little bit more into the frame.
Yeah. Here's another idea. You could look at a dropper post.
You could do that as well.
It can be expensive.
Very.
It can be expensive, but it can be transformative to your bike. Dropper posts are amazing. Great bit of tech. But yeah, they are a bit pricey.
Pricey.
If you're thinking of that route, then take a look at this and you can try and understand a bit more about dropper posts.
Doesn't matter if it's hydraulic or cable pull actuation, but they're either internal or externally routed, stealth or non-stealth. Again, most modern bikes now come with that internal routing availability. It's definitely the nicer option in my opinion because you just don't get that big baggy cable on the outside of your bike. Everything's kept nice and neat. Again, this bike is modern, so you can see the hole there where the internal routing pops out.
Quickfire round, here we go. Joshua Kloof says, can I get a dirt jumper for under £700?
Yes, you can.
Steve Milburn says, could you do a video where we meet the behind the scenes people at GMBN? Yes, we should.
We should.
We definitely should. That guy
John.
there is amazing.
Stay
amazing.
there.
Think Jesus. That's what he looks like.
He does
it's
actually
incredible.
look...
It's incredible.
He's a lovely, handsome young man.
He is, and his hair's unreal.
We keep going.
We
We
should
get
do a
brownie
video,
points.
though.
Make us look better.
This is Quickfire, and we need to keep
sorry.
going. Ollie Blakey says, I just watched Curb Trials video, thank you, and I think the video mini-series on how Blakey should learn to fake it
Yeah.
would be quite funny.
Yes, we should do a Blakey how to fake it. You should teach me how to do
He
that.
actually can fake
can
it.
fake
He's
it.
faking, he can't fakey now,
There you go.
but we could do a video on it.
We could do.
We could. Gary Greenway says, will you be heading to the Marvins Classic in June? Big event in the UK, got a lot of history to it. It's coming back. Mountain bike event that's all about partying. Like the sound of it. I'm not sure if I'm going or not. Are you
I'd
going?
love to go.
Well, I don't know. Don't know yet. Don't know. But there's lots of events. Look out for some events wherever you are. They're so great, especially the festival-y type ones. Get to see lots of different types of riding. Wong Charles is asking, I'm from Hong Kong, planning on studying in Southampton next year. Any place to ride in that area?
I live just there.
Tons of places.
There's loads of good places
Tons
to ride
of
around there.
places. Lymington, right by Southampton, is Blake's favourite spot.
Yeah.
This is like home trails.
Yeah.
But that's dirt jumps. There's the New Forest. Tons of mountain biking in the New Forest. Come over, Southampton, it's amazing. Sam Keller says, hi, my name is Sam.
Hi, Sam. My name's Blake. This is Neil.
I'm having trouble holding my manual. What should I do?
Keep practicing.
Yeah, so short answer to that one. Jonah Abbott, she is asking, I'm looking at getting 2018 Specialized Camber 27.5. It has two finish options, an orange globe and a black matte. I prefer the black, but I was wondering, is there any damage a matte finish is more susceptible to? Some people say it's more dirt and gets a lot of fingerprints on it. Wow, first world problems in this quickfire. Orange or black, Blake?
Black stealth.
I'd go orange. I hope we haven't helped, Jonah. I'm sorry. We actually haven't helped. Let's give Tom the deciding answer.
Black.
Yay, black wins. Get the black.
Black it is. Is it more? Let's answer the question though. Is it more susceptible to scratches and fingerprints and things like that? Matte black can be. Sometimes you get an oily fingerprint on a matte black.
Oh, you can see it. Yeah, you can see
Can't
it.
get it off. I tell you, it's not.
And actually, it always looks dirty. Unless you use a silicone
Anyone want to
based
change
spray.
to orange yet? I do.
Actually, yeah, I might go orange.
All right.
Orange, there you go. We're all going orange now. We've answered your question. Send us a photo of it, actually.
Round.
Right, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, let's get into it. Matthew Grant wants some jumping advice.
Oh,
okay. Got the man to help here, Matthew. So let's take a look at your jumps and see what Blake's got to say. Ready, Blake? Here we
Ready.
go. Matthew coming in. Oh, bit shaky cam.
Shaky cam.
Oh,
Right.
stabilising.
Oh,
There we
he's
go.
cleared it. Got speed.
Oh, he
Got
can
some
jump.
air there.
Matthew can jump.
Round the
These
berm.
aren't small jumps.
Rollers.
Here
Oh,
we go.
wow, this looks good place to ride.
What?
Oh, okay.
Can I say something first, right?
Yeah.
Matthew can jump pretty good.
There's nothing
It's
wrong
pretty
about
good.
that. You got
It's
in the
pretty
air.
good.
Safe.
But how can he improve from that point, Blake?
Well, to go higher, if you want to go higher, you got to go a little bit faster, and it's all about doing the quick. It's all about popping the lip,
Right.
getting up into the air and dropping down. But the last two tables that you jumped, then you kind of had that race kind of style to it. So you got letting that back wheel drop. You're looking ahead, a bit like what your son does. I've seen him riding. He's at this stage.
Yeah, he's like wants to have a look.
Wants
all
to
the
see
time.
where he's going. Yeah. But I
yeah.
kind of looked at the last two tables. Didn't have enough speed, so you kind of pushing yourself forward, which is a good way of getting over some jumps, actually. So maybe look at going a little bit faster, accentuating that pop on the lip to get a little bit higher.
A bit more height, boosting
it, and then nosing it in.
Yeah, that's when the style comes in then. That's when it all starts happening.
Yeah.
It starts looking
Yeah,
good.
but don't
That's
worry,
what it's all
like when you're jumping in the air, don't just jump in the air.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to just tweak out your bike a little bit, because it'll give you a little bit more confidence when you're in the air, kind of looking at your landing and guide your bike back down.
Great stuff. Well, if you want to get your riding corrected slightly, send it in to ask@gmbn.com. We can also send your questions. You can also put them in the comment section down below. And we'll look forward to answering those questions next week. Thank you for watching. Why don't you stick with us? We talked about it in this video already, but why don't you click here to see our curb video?
Oh, that's a good video.
It's fun.
It is good.
It shows what you can do with a curb. A curb.
You should go and watch that, so I'm going to leave you with just one video.
Nice
Smash that globe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, because you're missing out.
Yeah, and don't forget, give us a thumbs up, like.